If you watch Late Night with Seth Meyers, you know that Seth isn't just a host. He's the guy you invite into your living room at 12:35 a.m. to help you process the craziness of the world with a laugh. He's sharp, he's witty, and he's incredibly quick on his feet. But beneath the sharp suits and the closer look segments, Seth has always worn his heart on his sleeve. He's a dad, a husband, and perhaps most relatable of all to his millions of fans, a fiercely devoted dog dad. That is why the recent update from the late-night host has left the internet in shambles. Seth Meyers recently took a break from the jokes to share some truly heartbreaking family news, and honestly, it's a tough one for all of us. The news that stopped the laughter. There is an unwritten rule in late-night television: keep it moving, keep it funny, but sometimes life happens. Seth Meyers stepped away from the political satire and the celebrity interviews to share the passing of a beloved member of the Meyers family, his iconic Italian greyhound, Frisbee. For casual viewers, this might just sound like the loss of a pet. But for the loyal jackals, the die-hard fans of his digital exclusive corrections, and anyone who has followed Seth's journey since his Saturday Night Live days, Frisbee wasn't just a dog. She was a character, she was a mood, she was family. Seth's tribute was as eloquent as it was devastating. He didn't hide the pain. He spoke with that cracking voice that anyone who has ever said goodbye to a four-legged soulmate knows all too well. She was the sweetest, weirdest, most neurotic little creature, and our house feels so much bigger and quieter without her. Why Frisbee was more than just a dog. To understand the outpouring of love flooding Seth's social media right now, you have to understand the dynamic. Frisbee was a staple of Seth's storytelling. She was the star of his Instagram. She was the subject of countless anecdotes about her refusal to go outside in the rain, her trembling over absolutely nothing, and her bizarre, elegant, alien-like beauty that only Italian greyhound owners truly understand. During the pandemic, when Seth was broadcasting from his attic, and later the hallway, we got a window into his real life. We saw the chaos of raising kids, the patience of his wife Alexi, and the quiet, skittering presence of Frisbee. She grounded him. In a world of high-stakes entertainment and political noise, Frisbee was a reminder of the simple, pure, and sometimes hilarious love that a dog brings into a home. She didn't care about ratings. She just wanted a warm blanket and a piece of cheese. The silent grief of pet loss. Let's be real for a second. Losing a pet is a specific kind of heartbreak that doesn't always get the respect it deserves in the real world. People expect you to take a day and move on. But Seth Meyers opening up about this loss validates the grief of millions. When a public figure, especially one known for comedy, stops to say, "Hey, I'm hurting, and I miss my dog," it creates a ripple effect. It allows the rest of us to feel seen. It reminds us that no matter how famous you are, the silence of a house after a dog passes away is deafening. Fans immediately picked up on this vulnerability. The comment sections on YouTube and Instagram weren't filled with the usual hot takes or political arguments. Instead, they transformed into a digital wake, a massive group hug. Fans rushed to support. "We are crying with you." The reaction was instant. Within minutes of the news breaking, thousands of comments poured in, and they weren't just generic rate messages. They were personal stories, shared grief, and waves of empathy. Here is just a snapshot of the love being sent Seth's way. "Oh Seth, I am sobbing. Frisbee was such a lady. Thank you for sharing her with us. Hugs to Alexi and the kids. I lost my 80 last year, and I know exactly that specific, jagged hole they leave in your heart. Take all the time you need. Watching you talk about her made me hug my dog a little tighter tonight. We love you, Seth. This is a tough one." Frisbee is up there running in a field where it never rains and the ground is always warm. Rest easy, sweet girl. This is the power of the community Seth has built. He treats his audience like intelligent friends, and in return, when tragedy strikes, they show up like friends. A lesson in vulnerability. What makes Seth Meyers unique in the late-night landscape is his ability to pivot from intellect to emotion. He doesn't put up a wall. Whether he is talking about the birth of his children, remember the story of his son being born in the lobby of his apartment building, or the passing of his dog, he tells the story with full emotional transparency. Sharing this news couldn't have been easy. There is a pressure to be on all the time. But by sharing Frisbee's passing, he reminded us that it is okay to be sad. It is okay to mourn the little lives that make our big lives livable. The Jackals mourn a mascot. For the fans of corrections, Seth's internet-only segment where he addresses viewer complaints. This hits even harder. The Jackals feel a possessive protectiveness over Seth. They know the deep lore. They know the inside jokes. Frisbee was practically the mascot of that chaotic, unpolished side of Seth's comedy. Losing her feels like the end of an era. It's a somber note in a symphony that is usually filled with laughter. Moving forward, Seth Meyers will be back on our screens tonight. He will tell jokes. He will interview celebrities. He will do a closer look. But there will be a heaviness behind the eyes that fans will recognize. And that is okay. Grief is the price we pay for love, and clearly, there was a whole lot of love in the Meyers household for that little Italian greyhound. To Seth, Alexi, Ash, Axel, and Adelaide, we are thinking of you. Thank you for sharing Frisbee with us. She might have been a small dog, but she left a massive paw print on the hearts of everyone who watched. Hug your pets tight tonight, folks. You never know how much time you have. What's your take? Have you ever had a pet that felt like a true member of the family? Did you follow Frisbee's cameos on late night? Drop a comment below. Let's keep the support train going for Seth and share our favorite memories of our own furry friends. It's times like these that remind us we are all in this together.